Record whenever you're ready.
Good morning. Hi, this is Terri Barthol, and
Teresa Augustinelli.
it's Tuesday. Yay! I love Tuesdays. I love spending my time with you and everyone else.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so Teresa, we're in this 1 week since the last week. What have you been doing this week?
You know what, Terry? It's funny you should ask that because I don't know about you, but I'm busier now than I've seemingly ever been in my life. And I am doing more creative kinds of things now than I've ever done before. So how about you?
Same thing here. It's like, it's a learning curve, it's a learning process. And we're learning something new every day, and that keeps our brain functioning. Well, let's get back to, we'll get into that because that's going to be my lesson today, guys, is, how to make your brain happy and stay there. And I'll give you some strategies as Teresa Marie will be giving you some strategies on resiliency, and she'll tell you a little bit about that. How about that, Teresa?
I think that sounds good, Terry. I'm happy to do that. Thanks for having me.
Yes, this is great. But yeah, my brain's been going this whole week. Well, it's been going for a long time. But I know that when we add these little tidbits and things, and these are all things that you know,
Right.
I would like to share this with you. So today I'm going to share, if I can get to share my screen here. There we go. And I want to go to my desktop. And let's see. Oh, okay. Can we see my desktop?
Now. Yep, there you go.
There we go. Technology, I love it. Okay. Teresa, can you see me?
Yep.
All right, I can see you too. All right. So today, this is, a little thing that I got together. I had this together from years ago when I was teaching. And so I'm Coach Terri Barthol, and I'm going to give you some strategies that you can feel better fast with Dr. Amen, MD. So a little bit of history here. Here's how you can get a hold of me. Entrepreneurial leadership training and coaching enterprise. And there's my email. You can touch base with me. I got to say, last week we had a nice video out there for all you fun people that are watching us and listening to us and sharing our videos. I'm so thankful for that. And for all the people that have been reaching out to us. So, and this is Teresa Augustinelli. And Teresa, did you want to have a few things to say here? This is her, if you want to get in contact with her. These are her links that you can get in touch with her, and she'll be happy to get back to you. Teresa, are you there?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to reach out to me, there's my email and two websites you can click on, either one of those. It all goes to the same place.
Okay. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, just real quick before I get on with my presentation, and we'll come back to you, of course.
Great. Sure, be happy to. So my name is Teresa Augustinelli. I am a licensed psychotherapist and a professor at a local university. For probably the last 2 decades, I have been teaching resiliency skills to business leaders, companies, organizations. And now more than ever, I do believe that we need to have the skills of resiliency in order to not only survive, but to thrive. So right now, companies and organizations are really looking for leaders who can lead well. And in order to lead well, you have to be able to manage your emotions. And so I help people become better, more effective leaders by teaching them how to develop the ability to be resilient, as well as managing emotions and emotional intelligence skills.
Excellent. That's so much information. contact Teresa, and she'll be able to dive more into what you need in resiliency.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so there's 5 strategies to create joy and feel better fast. And for centuries, the greatest thinkers have suggested the same thing. Happiness is found in helping people, as we are trying to help you today. Today, I will share these only 3 strategies that you can apply to your life today. Because, as we all said and we all learn, today matters. My resources that I have used for this presentation is from my mentor, Dr. Daniel Amen, MD, from his latest study, Feel Better Fast and Make It Last. A powerful technique that he has is an OPM. And what that means is a one-page message. So you could do this in your journaling book. It's very good for that. Get to know what you ask. There's 5 questions that I would ask you, which I'm not going to be posting here today. But if you would like that questionnaire to answer 5 questions on OPM, inbox me when I'll get that back to you ASAP. So in my example, when people ask me what I do, I say, as a result of what I do, people have better brains and our lives. And this goes in with Teresa. You know, she helps people get better brains and you know, it's so that we can enjoy our lives. They suffer less, people suffer less, they become happier and healthier and pass it on to others. By answering this simple question, I'll give you the one question, what do you do? When people ask you what you do, I get to share my life purpose with everyone I meet, which certainly produces a bit of dopamine to press on, you know, my pleasure centers. How would you answer that question? So, you know, if you take a few minutes right now, you can jot that down, you know, answer the question. It's pretty simple, but it takes time to really think, what do you do? Because we do so many things. There's a quote that I like from George Bernard Shaw, and this is true. This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being thoroughly worn out before you were thrown on the scrap heap, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of grievances and ailments complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. Yeah, so when we start, and we hear this all the time, especially now, Teresa, in this time of crisis, that people are, you know, they're being, I don't know if they're being selfish, but they have a lot of grievances and they're not thinking about others. They're looking for the world to make them happy. Well, that's, you know, that as well as we all know that, right? That you have to go within.
Right.
And that's what Teresa also helps you with, is to go within. As a professor, counselor, I mean, you help people go within and, you know, find your resiliency in
Right.
that time of together. So the 5 strategies, there are 5, I'm going to give you 3. So focus on what you want, on what gives you passion and purpose, and your purpose statement. Let's say, for example, I deeply desire a lifelong relationship that is kind, caring, loving, supportive, and passionate. I don't always like to feel like that. I don't always feel like that in the moment, but this is what I strive for. It may be with a healthy, loving relationship with my partner or with my family, and it helps me to feel happy and stable. And it's important for my sense of meaning and purpose. So know what you want, write it down, and, you know, look at it every day. So you have to also ask you, is my behavior getting me what I want? I don't know. Is it? Strategy 2, limit or completely eliminate low value dopamine reducing activities or substances that wear out your pleasure centers. And yeah, we all have them. They're, you know, caffeine, I went, to decaf. I don't know, it still has caffeine in it, I think. Nicotine, excessive television. Please turn off that television right now. And I know, as you are, we're all in this watching TV all the time and the news. Well, I'm diving into more videos, learning more things, learning how to navigate through this time of need. So, yeah, I don't have it on. I try not to even have it on the background. I'll leave the room. Excessive video games, your kiddos at home, please get off those games. And even adults, you don't know what else to do. Well, dive into us and, we'll help you get away from those video games. Undisciplined digital behavior and scary movies. I don't watch scary movies. They tend to, make me tense up. So, Teresa, I can't get into scary movies. So,
Me either.
wow, it's just a waste of time. So, time of crisis, be mindful of your daily activities. Oops, skip that. So, strategy 3, or didn't I finished that one? Okay. Engage in high value activities that increase dopamine and strengthen your brain. Here are a number of examples. You can look at them. Maybe you have it already, or maybe you are doing all of this. Or maybe you're only doing maybe 2 or 3. Well, maybe you can add some more to that to help your healthy brain. I prefer sunlight. As we all know, all my friends and family know that I'm a beach person, and I need to hear the waves, and I need to see the ocean. I need to see the sun. And yeah, during the wintertime, I do take vitamin D, and that helps. Exercise, get outside, meditate, yoga. Just think of all these things that could be helping you, or what you can add. Maybe add 1 or 2 things here. So that is it for my strategies today. And, we'll get back to the rest of the strategies at another teaching. But yes, resiliency. I want to get back to this because Teresa will be talking to you more on resiliency. Viktor Frankl, if you don't know who he is, he was he has numerous books. He was a psychiatrist, and maybe Teresa could tell you a little bit more about him. But Viktor Frankl believed that, we stand from love. That's where we go. That's where everything is, is being in that stand of love. So you want to love the people who are central in our lives and have courage in the face of difficulties. So these are, a few things on resiliency that when you are facing a difficult situation, having something purposeful to focus on, particularly love, crystallizes resilience. So with that, I'm going to remind you to comment below and, speak into us or send us some, love. Just say, contact us, and I will be posting, and so will Teresa. Will be posting our emails that you can get in contact with us. So there's Teresa. And Teresa, you could take over here. I'll just keep this up a little bit. What?
Sure. So, I mean, I don't have much more to add to that. I think that you hit the nail on the head. We have to start doing things a little differently. So what I've been doing is I've been putting together groups virtually. Now, you have to remember, Terri and I are from Philadelphia area in Pennsylvania, and we're all on what I call lockdown. But for someone like me who's very social, this is out of my comfort zone because I like to be with people. I was on a happy hour Delaware County Chamber of Commerce Zoom yesterday, and it's really difficult to be on a screen trying to meet people and talk with people. I'm grateful that we're able to do this. But it's hard for someone like me to have to talk to a computer screen. So one of the things I've been doing is doing little seminars on updating your body, mind, and spirit. Here's why: because I'm hearing a lot now that all of this social distancing and virtual meetings and working from home, we now have to update and upgrade our social media, our websites, our contact information. Well, it led me to think, hey, we need to be updating our body, our mind, and our spirit as well. So those are some things that I'm doing. One of the things that I find is when people are happy and healthy, they feel better, they work better, they work smarter, not harder. And if you own a company or you run a business, you want to have people that are working smarter and not harder. So I help take the headache away from leaders and managers so that they can have a better organized team of happy, healthy people.
I think that's
And
great. That's great to get on that and helping your team to do that, because I think today, and well, even in the past, we need that.
yeah, so I do see that, the buzzword now is resiliency. It's a big buzzword now. Everybody's
Yeah.
learning resilience and teaching resilience. But here's what I've been saying. If you're a leader, and by leader, I mean a parent, a teacher, a business owner, an entrepreneur. Uh, we're all leaders in our own right, but we should always be prepared. So I'm helping people understand that this is should be no shock, because you have to always be ready to be ready. So what I do is help people change their mindset, and that's really what resiliency is. It's working with people to change their mindset. And unfortunately, you can only start developing the skill of resiliency by going through challenges and setbacks. And sadly, over the years, in my life, I was a widow at a young age, a single mother. I had limited skills. I was a stay-at-home mom. um, Several setbacks, and I started to develop very negative belief systems, which, by the way, those things are put in place by the time you're 2 or 3 years old. You learn by what you see. So people who have been through things and have experienced challenges, they don't all develop the skill of resiliency. Some of them take on the victim mentality, and they take on those limited beliefs, and they can't get ahead. They get a lid. It's kind of like a lid, and you can't get through that lid. So I help people get through that lid and get through that negative belief system. So I created a curriculum to help people identify where they're stuck. There's usually a core pattern of belief systems that I see with most people, and then I give them the tools to go farther, get happier, get healthier, and change their mindset. And that makes people successful.
That's powerful, Teresa. I was thinking as you were talking, I think anyone in the group here that would love to have a mastermind class, a 4-week mastermind class with Terri and Teresa Marie. We could do that on, well, obviously we would have to do it on Zoom. If any one of you are interested, please leave a comment below so that we can, get this set up soon. And let's get this started. Let's start. Why are we waiting, to start working on ourselves and our mindset?
Yeah, I agree. So I mean, we've been through things before. This is something that, I don't think many of us realized what all was coming down the pike with this whole thing. Um, but it's going to pass, and we're going to get back to not really a normal life. We'll get back to a new normal, and we'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think, Terry, you've owned several businesses over the course of your adult life, and I'm sure you've seen things and had to reevaluate and develop resiliency and
Well,
start from scratch.
I could remember, I think that we were going through a recession in 2000, was it 8 or 9?
Eight, eight, yeah.
2008. And I remember we were salons and salon owners and cosmetologists, barbers, hairdressers. We were an essential part of life that was needed at that time. We were always recession proof. The only difference now, because of this crisis that we're in, I mean, they're closed down. So I'm going to be speaking into that world very shortly and I'm speaking into it now, because these are stylists and owners and barbers that are sitting at home, you know, you need to dive into all that. They're going to need some coaching even more when this is all said and done, because when they come back, they're going to have mental anguish. Do you work? How do you work? Am I going to wear a mask? And their whole life is going to be changed, because you are right on top of somebody. You're face to face. And it's, what do? Do you come into the salon with a mask on? Maybe there's stylists that live with parents, or, a compromised immune system person in their home, or someone that's, that could get sick if you get in contact with this virus. So things are going to change for them. And as I can say to everybody out there, this too shall pass, but you're going to have to be taking different steps and be more cautious. So
Right.
when they get back to work and they're on full steam, I mean, think about all the people. Hopefully all of you aren't being the new hairdressers today, because you're going to be spending more money trying to get it to look right when
Yeah.
your stylist comes back. And especially you women out there who need hair coloring, please, I can give you some tips on that, on what to use, so that you're not going to make it a mess for your stylist when you get back.
Well, that could be a topic next week for us girls who have long hair, and I'm getting ready to cut my own soon, Terry.
Oh, that would be great. Let's do that. I think
Let's do that
that's great.
for
So
next Tuesday. Tips on your hair. Is that what we'll call it?
that's for your personal health and hygiene and hair, maybe. Or, get that vision of what you really want to look like, not what you
Yeah.
look like.
Well, and that's one of the other things that, that I wanted to kind of throw out there to folks today. I heard someone say, don't develop the dead end mindset. And to me, the dead end mindset is keeping a negative accounting system and attaching all of your setbacks to your self-worth. And that's, I found myself at a place going through a lot of significant financial and emotional issues that I developed the dead end mindset at one time. And when you don't feel good mentally, you don't feel good physically. And speaking of hygiene and hair, when you're not going anywhere for days, and I joke with people all the time, what color dress jacket goes with brown pajama pants? I mean, that's the world we live in,
Speak into that in colors and your looks. And even though you are at home, you better be dressing. Do something.
And a lot of people are telling me, like, I don't even want to take a shower. I don't want to get dressed. This is crazy. I had somebody ask me jokingly, this is hilarious. What kind of wine goes with Cheerios? So everybody's off their system, their routine. So that's one thing I've been working with people, is helping them to maintain that mindset, to stay healthy, feel better, And Terry, you could speak to that. You know,
Mm.
when you're not taking care of your physical self.
You're not putting makeup on, even if it's
Yeah.
lipstick, you know. And it's funny when I say lipstick, I've been running around the house just putting Vaseline on my lips, thinking, well, why am I doing that? I should be putting lipstick on because that's what
Yeah.
I do. That makes me feel better. So you do something that makes you feel better. So it's always like our mentor says, hold your image. And, you know, think about it. Your children are, you know, for those of you at home, or we're all at home,
Yeah.
and think about what your children are thinking. You know, you wake up with your hair. I mean, we can make jokes about this, but it really is. That's the first thing that makes you feel better. So you got to start going into yourself. But this is terrific, and I want to be mindful of everybody's time. I want to make sure that, you know, we don't go too long on our self, because we could sit here and talk all day.
Yeah.
And, you know, as time would have it and other life of details, I mean, we can't. So
Yeah.
um, we honor your time, and I'm happy that you're spending this time with us. So
Thank you.
thank you. There you go. Hello.
Yep, they're calling already, Terry.
I love the sound of phones. I mean, when I was in business, I loved the sound of my phone ringing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
we all want,
we
we
all
all,
looking forward to that.
yeah, that's called business.
Yes, and that's
Yeah.
where we're coming from too.
Right. And you know, we don't want to not be conducting business because we're not conducting business. So that's what I wanted to say lastly. Um, you know, I keep telling people now is the time to stay with your personal and professional development, because once this all passes, as you said earlier, this too shall pass. You're gonna be left behind if you have not been updating your body, your mind, and your spirit. If you have not been reaching out to your coaches, your mentors, your business advisors. I'm doing that all the time. And a lot of times I hear, oh, I can't afford personal and professional coaching and personal and professional counseling. And well, you can't not afford, especially now. So I'm telling everyone, do yourself a favor, find some ways to invest in yourself so that when all of this is over, you will be able to be ahead of the game. Can't stress that enough. What would you say, Terry? Agree?
Well, I'm just going to say I keep ditto to that, and I'm going to say is I believe in you, all of you, and I love you. Take care and be well.
Thanks. You too. We love you, everybody.